who basically committed mail fraud against you. So right now, I got to send out some information. Right, I'll get back with them in a few minutes. I got to think about that whole 666 thing. Oh, it bugs me. I don't like it because it's a mark of the beast. My phone number was, oh, try to call my number, jokers. Oh yeah, I took care of that already. But your information is being pulled up. I actually contacted a buddy of mine. I haven't spoken to him in a while. He does things on the internet. Let's just put it that way. I'm going to have him look for somebody for me. But anyway, we already got the other person already. But I'm going to show you some interesting stuff on how to track people down to PayPal orders. If you're missing, this is why I advise you record all your stuff. Take pictures, record all documents, everything, because you never know when you're going to need these documents again. So right here, all right, there should be a case ID number right about, let me see, right in here in this complaint. Pause it right there. I need a magnifying glass. There's no way wrong with me to read that crap. Oh, let me see. So you get dozens and dozens of emails from PayPal. How do you track down which one's which? You're going to have that case ID number to do it. So this is why I record everything. Because I never have to know. I have to come in and I have to get this information and I have to use it against somebody. So this is involving the mail fraud charges. They're requesting some information from us. Where the heck? Okay, so let me see. So our number is right about in there. Okay, that's easy. All right. We're requesting the transactions. So this will give us access to contact PayPal. We can give them this number right here, and PayPal will go in and find the tracking number, all the information that was tied to his account and his PayPal account. And also, too, we need a copy of the documents on where he was found guilty. We need all that. Let me see what we have here. Send that to my microphone. You're not going to be able to see it. I'm going to see it. All right. I got it right there. The last four. Do we have that right here? I think we do have that. Oh, we got it right here. Oh, we do have it. I'm thinking that's a different one. No, we do have it. This is it right here. All right, cool. So all I got to do is just contact them, give them this number right here, which I need, case number, and they can go and they can pull the order. So wait a minute, this was on what, January the 8th of 2022? We got 5-year statute of limitations, so we're still good. I want to see something for a minute. I wonder if I have this down here below in the receipts, because I got receipts on I got receipts on all his orders. So let's see if it's in here. It would have been, let me see which one this would have been. So we're looking for January the 8th of 2022. Let's see what we got here. If not, I can pull it through my emails. Now, either way, if I don't have it here, I can always go to PayPal. Hey, there's that SKU number. It's right here. It's the same. Wow. That number has been around that long. The number is right there. His SKU number is right there. Well, that doesn't go anywhere. So that's the email right here. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to go into my email account and we'll have to dig you up. So this is all your information popping up here. These are all the numbers I can pop in and see how many times you basically lost orders. Let me see. Let's go in here and let's bring up wrong keyboard. Oh. Okay, let me see. No, we need our wrong keyboard over here. There you go. This is all your canceled orders. Every single one of them is in this file right here. Everything that we've had problems with you about. This is emails that were being transferred to government agencies, police officers. This is what this all weeks back and forth with them. Yeah, all this stuff is documented. Told you I got enough stuff on here to choke a horse. This is your products here, right? These are your canceled orders, refunds going back to our account. So the timestamp date would be here. All right. Let me see. Cancel orders. Gee whiz, we got slander, infringement. This went over to CCB. Man, there's a lot of stuff on here, man. Let me see. 816. Oh, let me see. Let's see. Claims so Wednesday PayPal. 229. Let's see what I received. From January 8th to respond. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Transaction date. The transaction date was December the 26th of 2021. Well, we could have that in there. Hold on for a minute. That was the transaction date. So let's see if they're in with this. If not, I can pull that from the other one. We had 2 Frankenstein. Would this be the Frankenstein? I think this may be the Frankenstein. Let me see here. That's September of 2021. That's one of the Frankensteins right there. And we got like 19 of these things. So I have to go through my email and pull up every single account. Or basically I can do it the easy way. I can just call PayPal, give them the case ID number, and they can pull up the receipts from there, which would be much easier. That's all we need. Everything is record. Everything is on record. Let me see. So we can go do it that way. That'd be much faster because I just need the tracking number. That's the only thing they're requesting is those tracking numbers, and we can get those easily. So that's what I'll have to do. I have the date and everything. We have the receipt. That's why it's important not to throw this stuff away. Make sure you have records of everything. You have records of it anyway because it's on your email account. But your email account will go in and basically start deleting junk mail left and right. Our email's been sitting there for a while. It'll start deleting it. That's why I video record and take pictures of everything because you never know. Now, see all these documents we have here? We can send these right to his landlord. We have his landlord's email. We can send all this to his email. And I'm not going to a John Doe. No, I would tell him exactly who I am. I want him to know who I am, because when my attorney reaches out to him to talk about this lawsuit he may probably might end up in getting involved in, he needs to know who I am. I'm not going to misrepresent myself. Let me see. 12. That's 11, 12. 11, 12. 26, thank you for shopping. Which one would have been that one right there? So this would be 1206 right here. This is a thank you for shopping. Let's see. And bingo is his name-o. There's your tracking information is right there. That's the address I was living at when you committed the fraud. And isn't that your face on the receipt? The dumb stuff that you do at the end of the day, I swear. Got his face on the freaking receipt. Oh my goodness. Man, that doesn't get better than that. Gee whiz, Jamie, you're so screwed, it's not even funny. Your face is literally on the receipt of the post office. Oh my God. I have back up for this one for a minute. That could not have been that easy. Wow. Really? I almost feel sorry for you. I really do. I almost feel sorry for you. I really do. This is going to be open and shut. This is going to be so easy. It's not even funny. I forgot he was printing his face to the receipts. You're accused of post office mail fraud. And on the very receipt that we purchased the item from, your face is on it. Next to a product called Frankenstein, which I'm going to be definitely sending that information over to them, that you don't own the rights to Frankenstein, nor did you ever get it, and you actually ripping off their royalties. So we will let them know that at the end of the day. They're definitely going to know about that. There's going to be definitely an investigation for that too. Gee whiz Louise. Man. Let me print this out. His face is on it. Right there. My goodness. That's bad. That is so bad it's not even funny. Ever seen somebody do something so stupid you actually start feeling sorry for them? Man, this is going to go over so easy. I forgot he printed his face on this thing for the Frankenstein. My goodness, man. That's your phone number too, right there. Email. That's why he changed his email. You know he changed his email real quick? That's why. His email is linked to everything. Man, printed his face to it. It's gonna be too easy. When we got enough evidence to prosecute, we got more than enough. But having his face on it, don't even bother getting an attorney. Mind you, my lawyer's got nothing to do with this. This is between you and the United States government. That's who you're against. That's who you got to fight at the end of the day. We ain't got nothing to do with this. I filed a complaint against you. That's what I did. My lawyer's got nothing to do with this at all. This is between the government. This is who you're dealing with now. They're involved. They'll be reaching out to you. And you put your face on the receipt. Unbelievable. This is like a whole different generation of self-snitching. Gee whiz. Whew. I forgot he used to do that. He stick his face on the Frankenstein. Put his face on the label. Oh! Well, that sucks for you. That's one. You know, they need another one. Okay, the other one we can track down too, because it has a PayPal receipt sitting on top of it. Put his face on it. Gee whiz, that's like robbing a bank and putting your face on your mask that you go to rob the bank with. That's literally just what you just did. See, that's what happens when you do dumb stuff. People constantly do dumb stuff all the time, constantly get caught. Literally put his face on the freaking on the receipt. Man. All right. Let me see. Let me see. I need let me see. Support. See. Let me see. Let's cancel. I want the other one says. Let's see. Yeah. These are called thank you for shopping. This is anytime you put an order through, this is what pops up. Every single one of these are thank you for shopping. It makes it easier to track stuff. Okay, let's see. Okay, that would be the one right there. Let's see right here. This is the other case.
First, but please confirm a copy of Crystal Age technology screens. We always give people a chance to be able to back their products up. I sat there and said when we
Case in your favor.
buying through the screen paint, I sat there and said that we could go to somebody else.
Case in your favor. Closing your favor, closing your favor. Closing your favor. Only needs a date, that's all I need. That's it. Let me see. Magnifying glass. Let's have a look at this. June the 9th of 2022. June the 9th of 2022. Let's see what we have here. No, God, let's go back here. June the 29th. June the 29th. If it's not here, it's on the other file. June the 29th. So it has to be up in the files. Let's go here to the archives. From here. This would be a claim from PayPal. Let's see. Oh, wrong keyboard. Where are you? Here we go. I read two of them. Let me see. Oh yeah, that's one. Oh, that is the one for that one. Yep. All right, give me this one. So that was. Let me see for a minute. No, go back to up here. This would be the Frankenstein. Yep, that's it. Okay. Let me see. Look at this for a minute. Okay, wrong keyboard. Fine. So make sure. June 29th, 2022. Let me see. I think it's 21. I don't know why I put 22 into that one. Oh, it is? Okay. Please close. PayPal, close in your favor. Let's see. Oh, wrong keyboard. Why give me the wrong keyboard? And that was June. Yeah, because we can pull back on dates too. I forgot. And dates, I'll bring it up too on top of that. Dates, the ID number, all that would bring it up. June 09-2022. This is how I'll be able to track down people's tracking numbers through dates. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through PayPal. We have one ID number we definitely do have, and we have the other one which I have on the receipt, which is actually the date, which is all we need. We need a specific date when the order went through, when the complaint went through the PayPal, and we can get all the transactions we need. Also, I'm gonna need something from their legal department. Well, we have the case was closed in our favor anyway, but we can get a document of that too also. Also, I want to see if I can get his transcript on what he said in his complaint, because it's very interesting. He claims he actually had this product the entire time. He never had the product. The black version, he never had anything like that. Let me see. What this brings up. Oh, wrong keyboard. Literally, I'm used to having this other keyboard in front of me. Trying to reach me right now, stalker. Weirdo. You've never seen me in your live stream calling your cell phone. Not ever. I don't do that stuff. You're weird. You're very weird. Your landlord's going to get to know me. He's definitely to know me. He's going to know who I am and what I'm about. We'll reach right on out to him and have a nice little conversation with him. Let him know what you've been using your apartment for. And if you don't believe me, go look it up. Go look up and see what the terms and conditions for any apartment lease. Can't commit crimes in there. If that's the case, people could sell weed, drugs out of there, the gun running, pit bull fight, do whatever they want. That was the case. Would you like to be living next to that nonsense? You wouldn't. That's why they have that in there. And I don't think your tenants will be too happy about having law enforcement back and forth on the property. And I'm pretty sure he doesn't want it. So, like I said, I don't do that whole John Doe nonsense. He'll know who I am. Let me see. We have that. All right, let me see something for a minute. See the time and effort that I put into things at the end of the day, all the research that I do. I do the same thing when it calls coming to court. I do all that document, all the paper, reading through things. I have friends of mine that are attorneys that talk to them like, hey, can I get it? Can I do this in court? Can I do that in court? Like, nope, can't do this. You can do that. You can do this. Yeah, I do all my research. Every policy, every single policy under a lease has that in there. Because keep in mind, you do background checks on you, make sure you don't have any previous criminal charges. They can't have people in there that are not supposed to be in there, that are dangerous to the tenants. Can't have it in there. So you can't commit any criminal acts while you're in an apartment. Now, it's different if someone calls the police on you, an officer comes to your door and stuff like that, and there's a little dispute back and forth. That's different. But when you have actual physical charges filed against you, and basically there's serious charges like the copyright claims, that's a very serious charge. And the fact that someone had to come to the door and serve him, yeah, that right there, that involves his apartment. So your apartment now is involved with copyright infringement. And I don't think he wants his apartment affiliated with that nonsense. Let me see. Let's see. Now, you can sit there and complain and whine, because you know he is going to complain and whine. Oh, he's trying to throw me out in the street. Nobody, I'm not trying to throw you out in the street. You are going out in the street, you know. I'm not doing this out of a revenge tactic, Jamie. You're using the apartment. You're abusing the apartment. That's what you're doing. Every platform you're on, you abuse it. And that's what you're doing. Where's all this nonsense being stemmed from? It's being stemmed from you and that apartment. And that's now what that apartment is representing now. You're giving the guy who owns the building, who worked hard to establish the business, you're giving his place a bad name. Every place that we file for a fraud against your website, and mind you, we got to back this up in court. I got no problem with backing it up. The evidence is right there. But every place we filed against you, guess what? Basically, they are marking as fraud his apartment complex, because your LLC is tied into his business. That's what you did. You literally tied your LLC into his business. So if any file, any complaints, any doctors, lawyers, process servers, police officers, it's going to be affiliated with his apartment. And this is why he's going to give you an eviction notice, and he's going to remove you out of the property. You brought this on yourself. And I'm not lying to anybody, because if I wasn't, I'll be hiding behind a John Doe. I'm not hiding behind a John Doe. I would have no problem going down and meeting this man to explain to him the situation of what we've been through down through time of you abusing his apartment. This is how adults do it. Adults go down, we send out emails, and we talk, communicate, and we figure out a solution how to get rid of the problem. That's what adults do. We don't contact people and hide behind John Does and fake emails and fake phone numbers and just try to wreak havoc and have no evidence just for the sake of just doing it because you're bitter and angry. This is how it's done. So, no, what I'm doing is what anybody else should do at the end of the day. If I'm out basically doing something I shouldn't be doing, and I'm using somebody's establishment to commit these crimes, then I deserve everything that I get. So let me see here. I gave you options. Most people don't even give you options at all. They just go out and play and just take you apart. I gave you options. So I don't feel sorry about anything I'm about to do, because I gave you options to get out. And what does he do? He just gets more and more nastier. Okay. Well, that's the route you want to take. Go ahead and take that route. Knock yourself out with it. Like I said, some people have to learn through brute force. That's the only way they can learn. It's a shame, but it's true. Some people just can't learn. Oh, we wouldn't need that. Right there. All right, give me. That doesn't bring it up. We can go to.
There we go. There we go. Oakley dokley. Now we pulled it up. So here's the thing. When my new technology launches for 2024 and the new alpha technology we have coming out, I don't want you to exist anywhere on this planet around anybody. So that's why I'm taking the time to push all this paperwork, all these documents, everything that has to be done to get you locked up or removed somewhere at the end of the day. And if evicting you out of your building is not enough for you, then I'll take away your freedom. Either way, I have the option to do so because I have documents here to back up everything. I've already gone down, I've already filed the criminal complaints. I've already been down to the FBI unit, filled out all the information. For the new case, we sent down all the numbers that were contacting us. They just sent over to the office. We also sent over pictures that you did, emails that you sent over, all that's there. All right, these are the ones on the pornography. We're using this website to post pornography on the site. That was also, these pictures, all this stuff was sent to a fraud division. For that right there, we sent that over to, I can come out of this because we got what we need from here. That was sent over to this agency right here. That agency is basically the FTC. This is for scams, for website scams and all that other stuff. We're going to purchase your other product too. That product you done, the dummy shopping cart. Yeah, we're definitely going to purchase that. Already have, it's not the first time Jamie's done dummy carts. He's done dummy carts quite a few times and ripped off customers. He had a Black Frankenstein with an active PayPal account on it that we bought from, which means when I purchased, like, wait a minute, this can't be real. I never seen anything on it. We never saw Black Frankenstein, ever, never. And he has a habit of making these dummy shopping carts, and I don't know what he's sending to people. I really don't know how he's sending people stuff that doesn't exist. I don't know. But I'll show you the dummy shopping cart. Let me see. That's the gray. There we go. You ever seen a Black Frankenstein before? We got a receipt on one right there. Black Frankenstein with his face connected right to it. That 7253 SKU number right on this page right now. Right where that new product he has on there. Yeah, these are scam shopping carts. He's been scamming people for a while. So what you see on his website with that something alpha, whatever, dark mix, guess what? Same exact SKU number here, 7253, a Black Frankenstein. Doesn't even exist. So he's been doing dummy shopping carts for a while. So what you're seeing right there on that dummy shopping cart that he has, where he claims that that's a new product now with no videos, nothing attached to it at all whatsoever. This is the same thing we had here, and that pulled up to be a Black Frankenstein. He put the money right back in our account because he knew he couldn't ship it out because he didn't even have it. Now, he might be to fool somebody else. He might be to send them something different, a little darker maybe, and say, yeah, we've always had this. We already had tests on this, hoping that they wouldn't do any research on his business at all. But no, us at the end of the day, he knows what we're going to do. We're going to research that stuff. We're going to figure out exactly where it's at. There's no Black Frankenstein. There never was. It's just a dummy shopping cart on something that never existed to rip people off. And we're showing it's an active shopping cart that was able to make a purchase through that cart, which means the PayPal account was active. When was this anyway? This was in 2021. No, I literally could have got you. I could still get you for this. It's still in statute of limitations. I can get you for fraud charges on this. I still can hit you with that. So let me see. I have my whatchamacallit for. All right, this right here. So that's for that. Will be the transaction number for that. And we have June 09, 2022. That's for the other one. That's all the two we need. We go to PayPal. We can get all the information from them. They'll dig it up. That's all we need. And they can email it right over to us, and we can print up, or we can forward it to the post office. What's it? We send this over to United States Postal Inspection Service for mail fraud. We'll send it right over directly to them. So that's already done. What they asked for, we got it. That's finished. And that should be it. They're probably going to request the videos on a flash drive. I already have them loaded onto flash drive, so I'll mail that over to them so they can actually look at the videos. and they can check it out for themselves, or they can go to the blacklist. Either way, we can send it over to them, and all the dates match up for that on the products. All right, so that's basically about it. Now, I went to City Hall today because I had to file some paperwork, but also too, I got to go back to the CCB. We got to refile the charges for the Crystal Edge, and I have to go back and I have to file charges for the Black Series Edition. You did violate my copyright on that, right? This is my official copyright for my Black Series Edition right here. You copied that, used it for your own use, did you not? So yeah, I will be seeing you in court for that too. Jamie, I want to make it so that when I go to court, right, anytime you pop into court, we want mountains of copyright, of not copyright, mountains of what do you call it? I can't think of the name of it now. Mountains of charges or documents filed against you. Because I know one thing that a judge does. A judge will go in and see if there's any prior charges or anything coming up on you. The first thing they'll say is, we'll give you bail, but if there's anything popping up, warrants for your arrest, any prior charge, anything at all, we'll deny you bail. That's what we're doing. We're going to get your bail denied. Because when I get to sign the rest of these documents, send everything over, and this goes into official investigation. Then we have the FBI, official investigation on 2 accounts there. And then going back into the CCB and doing that process all over again, and you'll have 2 accounts in there of copyright fraud. You're not getting out. You're not getting out at all, period. I'll make sure that, definitely going to make sure that you will not be getting out. You're 56, no, you're 46 or 47, around that age. Man, I'm telling you right now, you might get 20 years. You might get 10 or 20 years in that lineup. You're going to get something. Something's going to come out of it. You're going to get something. Government doesn't play around with them freaking post office fraud charges, so you're going to get something out of it. Let me see. I need to take this out right here. Get rid of this. Let me see. Oh, I know what I need to look up. Let's see. Let me see. Don't tap that twice. Here we go, Black Series Edition. I don't want the website. I want the Black Series Edition. I want the Now, Jamie, basically, when Jamie's caught, telltale signs about Jamie, we know. A lot of emojis, a lot of bold letters, and screaming and yelling. We're used to seeing that. Ranting on cell phones, ranting at our accounts, we know that already. And he'll constantly say, oh, someone's triggered. No, buddy, not triggered at all. I'm actually filing documents to take you to court. That's not triggered. That's actually bringing you to justice for the dumb stuff you've been doing. Everybody hates internet trolls. They can't stand them. And the one thing internet trolls like to do is they like to hide behind their computers, and that's basically and talk trash. That's what they do. Every once in a while you get lucky, and you can get one of them. And we got lucky. We got you. And the reason how we got you was you triggered a customer off a long time ago. Customer he triggered off on Facebook, and the customer got upset and posted his address. I'm like, that can't be right. That's his address? Because we all got dummy addresses sent to us. I never got his real address. We got a bunch of dummy addresses. And I'm like, that can't be his address. So basically, I went in and showed where we got the information from. That's not doxing if you go in and you show where somebody else posted it. And that's what I did. And he went off. He snapped. And he said, blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And you just told me that was your address. Because most people would have said, no, I don't live there. You're crazy, man. That's not even at my address. You got upset. And that let me know, oh, that is his freaking address right there. Oh, thank you for the information. And that's when we started filing all the paperwork under that address. But what we couldn't figure out exactly where the address was at, because the way he put the E at, it looks like it's part of something else. It was an apartment. It's like he put the E there, almost near like Avenue, and then put E next to it. He didn't put apartment there. So when the process server Was no. When the LLC, when he designed the LLC, you have to put everything correct in the LLC, and that's how we were able to figure out exactly what went where. When the processor was on the property, he was like, "What apartment is it?" I said, "Look through his LLC," and he goes, "Oh, we found him." That's how we found you. We found you through your LLC. You're like the fact that the amazing about that is that's gold, man. That's absolutely gold. I can send any agency to your front door with all the information we had that we couldn't send to you because we didn't have your proper address because you were too afraid to send me your real address. You just sending me this fake address. I now have your address. I got 5 years to prosecute you. I got so many documents here on all the dirty stuff that you've done that I haven't been able to prosecute you because we didn't have your address. Now I have your address. I can send the dogs after you. And the first thing we did, we sent the process server to your front door to show you we can reach you. But that's just the beginning of it. There's going to be so much more coming your way. Because I want to make sure when I walk into that courtroom, when that judge looks in to see if you have any primary or any private charges bumping up, and we got serious cases like mail fraud, and we got criminal charges, and all this stuff that's popping up on you, copyright infringements, we want them to know that you are a problem and you need to be dealt with. Now, somewhere along the line, one of these are going to hit. One of these cases are going to give you time. One of them. You could get probation here, but you're definitely going to get time somewhere on one of those cases. The government, we're not going to be there for that. No way in the world I'm going to be in there for that. I don't need to be in there. Just follow. They just look over the evidence and see if there's enough. There's enough. They prosecute, and we have more than enough. We even got your face on a receipt, so we got enough. So that's why we couldn't hit him, because he kept changing his address. His address was coming from the post offices and people's addresses and all kinds of stuff. You can't seem to, you hide behind stuff. You hide behind all different kinds of aliens, and you do it all the time. Constantly all the time. Well, this time, he made that LLC and you popped up on the radar. And not only did you pop up on the radar, a lot of stuff popped up on the radar. A lot of stuff. The white pages, there was a whole lot of stuff, information there about you, a whole lot. So we found about your age and birth date and all that stuff. Everything popped up. I don't know who did your paperwork, but gee whiz Louise. They have to track down a whole lot of stuff on you. Get your license plate pretty soon. Yeah, all that. They're going to have all that information anyway. They're going to come out there, they're going to snap pictures of your license plate. They probably did already. When the process server was out there, they're probably snapping pictures of your license plate and all that stuff. They snap pictures of the front and the back and everything. They're going to be back out there again. That's the same team we hired. They're from California. We hired them to go in and go process and go serve them. We're going to hire them again. Let me see. Doing stuff like this, man. I shouldn't have to tell you about this. But now there's that thing with the government's gonna look into that. You have Frankenstein. We ordered Frankenstein for you multiple times. Did you pay the people who actually own the rights to that? Did you pay them any royalties? Did they get any money out of that at all? Period. You didn't pay them nothing. So now you owe them money. You got an LLC that's requesting documents, and you lied on your application by sitting there saying your company was around 5 months. That's not going to go well either. We got receipts showing that you've been around for longer than 5 months. So he dug this hole for himself. But he'll get on camera, he'll whine and cry and say, oh, people are triggered, this, that, and the other, they're triggered. No, it's triggered. You're getting prosecuted. Your time has finally caught up to you, and now it's time to face the music. That's what you're going through right now. So you can tell the judge that too. When you get in front of the judge, you tell him, oh, he's triggered, so. The judge don't want to hear that crap at the end of the day. They're looking at them documents. That's what they're looking at. You're going to have to prove whatever's in those documents, that's not true. That's what you're going to have to do. And that's going to be hard to do. All right, let me see. We need people act like you were born yesterday. I got to get you wrapped up and done, Jamie. I got things I got to do. All right. I got another second half of my business I have to run. You're a headache. You are. You're an actual headache. And I need to get rid of you. And that's what I'm doing now. You can call it true, you can call it whatever you want. You see these YouTube videos that are coming on, all this is everything's being documented, everything. The channel that we opened up on a hot mic, yeah, that was done deliberately, so you can go in there and carry on. All this is being documented. All this will be used against you in court, everything that we have. My goal to get ready for 2024 is to make sure you don't exist in it. So that means transferring you from California all the way down here, which you're going to be at, to prosecute you for criminal charges, and then bring you up to Washington, D.C., where we got to take you over there for the CCB, and then whatever the U.S. government involving what they're going to be dealing with when it comes to the mail fraud. I don't know where that's going to be at, but I care. We ain't going to be involved in it. That's not us. You got to deal with that. The object is to get rid of you, and that's what it is, because you're nothing but a problem. You're, what's happening? I hate to say the word cancer, because people will have that, but that's pretty much what you are. You're a parasite. You don't do anything positive. All you do is nothing but negative. You get on camera and you smile from your customers, you rip them off. You're a parasite. I would put it this way. You're a parasite. And I'm going to get rid of you once and for all. So all the documents, everything we have your address, we know where you live at. We'll send whatever proper authorities, whatever has to be done, we'll be coming to your front door to get this taken care of. And then I will see you in court. You'll see my face. You would definitely see my face. All those emails you sent over, yeah, they're all going to be traced. Every single one of them. They have to trace them because it's evidence. They have to trace all those emails. So you can explain all that to a judge. Let me see. I need hiding behind John Doe's. He threatened that woman over there at that for that youth center for kids, threatened her life, carried on and acted up, threatened her life and everything. I'm gonna reach out to them. I'm gonna let them know that I got an criminal investigation on you. So all the people that you contacted carrying on, I have some of the emails. I'm gonna reach out to them, let them know that we're filing a criminal charges against you involving for cyberbullying and all that stuff, terroristic threats and all that stuff. So basically, these people can basically vouch for what you did, including the compartment complex. That was that. You're going to be in a lot of trouble, man. Now over there with that, it's probably about 2 years in jail. I think it's about a year per each offense, and about a $10,000 fine. Let me see. What can I do over here? All right, let's put this right here. Look at you. Oh, you're taking credit for Frankenstein. Frankenstein or Frankenstein, I'm gonna call it. Right there. So how you've been selling that stuff for about 5 years back. So that's almost about 5 years worth of royalties you gotta pay up. And then fines and fees and all that stuff you gotta pay back. Let me see. Because I'll make sure the judge knows when we go to court. I'll make sure the judge knows about this. I want him to ask you that question. Matter of fact, my attorney will ask you that question. Do you own the rights, or have you paid any royalties for the name Frankenstein for using it for commercial use? He's going to ask you that question, so you know that. Let me see. I need this right here, over here. All right, give me this right here. November the 11th, 1976. That's right there. Let me see. Isn't that you? That's you, right? It is, ain't it? Yeah. Yep, that's you. I got you one of the criminal charges for basically cyberbullying, terroristic threats, for inviting people to come down to my address. That got you in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. That's what started the first one. So, you want to point out someone's address where they live at, right? Now, tomorrow, like I said, I can go pop over to license inspection over in California. Explain to them that you're running a chemical company out of an apartment complex, which you're not supposed to do. Can't do that. You have an LLC attached. You can have an LLC attached to an apartment. Of course, yeah, you're selling stuff that doesn't involve chemicals at the end of the day. You can do that. But his place is not zoned for chemicals. It's an apartment. You have to have a commercial property. Like this place right here is zoned. Yeah. You don't have a basement. You don't have a garage. You would think you'd have a garage down there. You can basically work it out there. But then again, it's up to basically the owner at the end of the day if he will allow you to do that, to have those kind of chemicals around a garage area that has multiple cars attached to it. Yeah, I don't think that's going to go well. So technically, no, you can't run your business out of apartments, especially when it runs with chemicals and your LLC is tied into his business. Does he know that? That you tied your LLC with his business? I don't think he does. But I'll get a chance to talk to him and I'll explain it all to him. Also, on top of that, the clutter in the environment, like I said, it's way over cluttered in there. It's unbelievable. And I've told you where the process server came to the door, the amount of dirt that was basically all around the screen door. You really couldn't even see to the screen door because of that cat hair or whatever's in there that's matted to the door. So yeah, too many people living in the apartment. You got a lot of animals in the apartment. You've got a lot of clutter in corners, which you can see in the videos, at all piles and piles of clutter. Of course, that's going to happen when you accumulate through time. And on top of that, you have chemicals in there. You got a printing machine in there, 3D printing machine, basically that has chemicals that can actually harm people. At the end of the day, look it up. It's right there. I do all my research, and it's got tons of aerosol cans in there. You know how dangerous an aerosol can is? I saw a couple of aerosol cans that were sitting right next to a window in direct sunlight. How would your tenants feel to be living next to that freaking heck, at that nonsense at the end of the day? How many are you allowed to have? Let me see. How many animals are you allowed to have in an apartment? One to two within each unit. That's a violation right there. You got too many animals per unit. You can only have 1 to 2 per each unit. I know all this stuff already, man. From the door, I look up all this stuff. You know why? Because when I rent from people, at the end of the day, I need to know exactly what my rights are. I read through all their policies, everything. Because again, you know, when they took me to court twice, they never showed up because they had no evidence against me. I beat both cases. That's why when you go look at my case, it says closed. There's nothing else there. Period. Beat both my cases because I go in, I'm educated. I basically read all through that stuff. I read right through their policy. Every single thing I read right through their policy. Everything. Yep. And guess what else I get at the end of the day? I get a signature. A signature gives me full permission to paint on the walls. I'm not stupid. Shit, I was born yesterday. But yeah, you have to have most apartments employing a limit of 1 to 2 pets within each unit. You know why they do this, right? In case you got Jessie down the street, the cat lady, that may have about 16 cats in her apartment, or you can have another guy that may have about 8 or 9 dogs in his apartment, or 5 or 6 in these animals at the wild. Like I said, I mean, I'm sorry you got to go down that road at the end of the day. Yes, it's a defenseless animal, but it's the owner's fault at the end of the day because you should have known better than to bring all these animals in to begin with. I know it's hard to leave a homeless dog on the street. It really is. It's very hard to do, or a cat at the end of the day. And you want to adopt it, you want to bring it in, but you're better off just taking it down to a shelter where basically it can get, somebody can adopt it. And on top of that, to have animals in a closed area like that is neglect to an animal. Animals got to get out and they got to run free. Taco got a whole backyard in the front. We got a whole one of big old pens we put him in, and he just runs around in circles. When I get done, he's got a wheel coming in here so he can run on his wheel. Most of the time he's asleep somewhere. Where does he sleep at now? He's always got some weird place he's asleep at. He's over there asleep now. Yeah, The dogs need to get out and run and all that other good stuff at the end of the day. But you're only allowed to have so many animals per unit. Some places won't even let you. Sad thing about it, a lot of places won't let you have pit bulls. Now, the place where I was at, you could have pit bulls in there. They let you have pit bulls. But some places, now, if you got a pit bull and he could be at the front of this animal in the face of the plane, like, no, you can't have it because it's pit bull. That's kind of wrong. Let's see what we have here. The dangers of aerosol cans.
According to Storemaster Law, aerosol cans are dangerous because of the unusual mix of substances stored under pressure inside the metal canister. Even if the active ingredient is not a hazardous chemical, the can is still capable of exploding or turning into a dangerous projectile.
Yeah, got 16 aerosol cans in his apartment. Well, we counted about 16 in a case. So if it's too cold in there, these things could implode. If it's too hot in there, they could implode. So that means that when you leave your apartment, right? I know you don't have the air conditioner running 24/7, which is kind of interesting about what the animals are going through. So consider the fact that it's going to get hot in there. You live in a state where it gets extremely hot. And if you got chemicals in there, like I said, that run the risk of, it's going to be a problem. Let me see right here. You need to be in an open space, but he should have put that in his garage. That's what he should have, because his garage is downstairs. Should have put it in there. Is there a garage in that place? They do have garages in there. I'm pretty sure they do. Some of the apartments have garages in there. Let's see. Now, like I said, when it comes to selling out of your apartment, can't say you can't sell your apartment. It's what you sell out of your apartment that can get you an eviction. Like I said, if you're selling like stuff you made, knitting stuff, sneakers, clothes, cameras, blah, 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 cell phones, whatever, all that stuff you can sell. You can sell that with no problem whatsoever. But when you're dealing with chemicals, that's a different story. That's something that has to be in a commercial zone area. It has to be. If not, you can be in a lot of trouble for that. Now, I did houses. Yeah, my houses have basements in them. So the best place to store paint is in your basement. Here we go. Best place to store paint.
According to Better Homes and Gardens, all paint should be kept out of direct sunlight and in a place that's temperature controlled, ideally between 60 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit. While the garage is a popular spot to stow cans away, paint can freeze, so reconsider if you experience harsh winters where you live.
Now, since my garage is heated, yeah, I don't have that problem, but we don't store it here ever at all, period, because I don't want it in my environment here. That's why I went out and I got another unit to put my items in there, and I'll have a thermostat in there to be able to control temperature. We won't be storing a lot of paint there, probably about 2 gallons, probably at the most, or probably about 2 5-gallons. That's all, but there's really nothing going to be in there at all. It's just basically used for work, for spraying screens, and that's basically about it. We're going to be doing some processing orders in there, but like I said, not a lot. We're going to do mountains and mountains and mountains and mountains of orders, which I don't want to do anyway. But you can't have that paint in a living area at all. It has to be stored in basements or garages or something like that. That's where you have to have it at. So if you have any of that product stored in that area or you're stockpiling it, this could get you in some trouble. You're not even supposed to run a business in there at all, period. That's why when I talked to the landlord, I told him exactly at the apartment, I said, we don't process the paint here. There's no containers of paint here, nothing at all. You can go check the apartment if you want, because they got access in and out of the building if they want. Go check for yourself. The only thing we have here is the containers we have here. We have the labels and all that stuff. The paint's made someplace else. It's brought over here, and I basically process the orders off my computer, and we take it off from there. That's it. Now here, I can process paint all day long, because I'm in a commercial area. I'm in a commercial property. That's why. You can't process it there. The building's not zoned for it. He can get in trouble for that. He can literally get into a lot of trouble for that. So if he knows that you're processing paint in that apartment and it's not zoned for that, they could find the daylights out of him for it. License inspection. This is what I talk about, Jamie. At the end of the day, don't open up Pandora's boxes at the end. Leave them shut. That's what you need to do. Mind your own business, stay in your lane. I've said this about 100,000 times to you. Mind your business, stay in your lane. I got enough stuff over here. I can prosecute you, get you evicted from your apartment, get you jail time. And Every time I try to cut you a break, every time I say, well, we're not going to deal with this, we're not going to deal with that, let's let this go. I just sat there and talked about it a few days ago, talking about how I can contact license inspection on you. So easy to do. And I just had to say, you know what, not going to deal with this, let's move on. And here you go doing something else stupid. So now I'm going to basically make the phone call and I'll be contacting them. First, before we do all that, I'm going to reach out to your landlord and explain it to him first, because this is going to hit him. That's what's going to happen. It's definitely going to hit you, but it's going to hit him. He's going to get fined. They're going to fine the crap out of him. And I don't want him to get fined. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to contact and reach out to him first, along with the other paperwork and everything we have here, and explain to them the situation about how you have been using your apartment to basically violate our company at the end of the day. So he has an option. He can remove you from the premises. We can file a lawsuit against him, basically for allowing him to do so. Or we can basically contact license inspection because you're using it and you're making products in an area that is non-commercial. There we go. Check this out if you want more research. Our garage is great for business.
According to Sheds, one of the main benefits of having a detached garage for your home business is increased privacy. Unlike renting an office space or sharing your home space, a separate garage allows you to have complete control over your work environment.
This is a detached garage. There's nothing next to me at all. I'm not even connected to a house. It stands by itself. Why do you think I chose it? Out of all the places I was looking at, I went and got it detached. I'm not connected to any place. Running a business out of your garage. One of the best things you can do. People do cars in their garages. People have workshops in their garages. Yes, and it's designed, it's a zone for work. It's commercial. That's why the places I was looking at for living and for basically work was commercial property. Now, they got a couple places around here that do, hold on a minute, I'm trying to find my minute here. They got a couple places around here that does that. They do that. They have these warehouses that are zoned for work, and it's an apartment at the same time. So you got your storefront at the bottom, and you got your apartment at the top. They have them down here. But these things are god-awful expensive. These things are a couple $1,000s a month. I'm not paying a couple $1,000s a month for that, no. So basically, all I need is a place, because I have advertisement through my sites and all. I just need a place to work. So basically, getting another garage and converting it to a place where we can work at, yeah, we can do it, because basically it's commercial. So let me see right here. I'm going to get this music off real quick. So if you really want to get technical, I can get technical with you, really technical with you. And I can start bringing out all kinds of rules and regulations that you literally are supposed to follow behind you have not been following. How long have you been selling this product within this unit? This gets you some serious fines. Also get him some serious fines, because he's not supposed to allow this to happen. Now, like I said, anything else, if you're selling cell phones, anything that doesn't involve heavy toxic chemicals, this you can do easily. You can even make food if they allow you to do it. You can make food and basically dine and dash or whatever you do at the end of the day, you know what I mean? If you have your own little dine and dash business, you can do that right out of your apartment. People do it all the time. But you can't be selling stuff. You can't have store stuff in your place that, you know, at the end of the day could be affected by temperature that could basically cause it to become hazardous. You can't do that. Even everyday paint that's water-based has to be stored properly. Using garages for commercial use. So you can convert a garage for commercial. You can also convert it for residential. Like I said, residential is not hard to do as long as you basically don't do anything to expand the building. So as long as you basically do not add anything to the building, much like if you buy a house and you attach a deck to it, you have now added something to your house. You have expanded it. This can get you in trouble if you don't have proper paperwork. So as long as whatever that is connected to the property can be detached and put someplace else, yeah. Just like if you put a swimming pool in your backyard, guess what? Your insurance goes up by a lot. If you buy a red car, yeah, your red car will cause your insurance to open up. Oh, I'm sorry, expand. If you have a convertible, that will also too jump your insurance.
And a lot of people don't realize about the umbrella policy. I learned about the umbrella policy when I had some money that came in and I wanted to buy this particular vehicle. And the guy was telling me, he said, you might want to put an umbrella policy on this because if you smack somebody with this thing or they smack you or whatever happens, and you lose a case and they sue you, you have to have something to protect your money. And it's called an umbrella policy. So umbrella policy, you'll have something like $5 million on your car. That's the umbrella policy. So if someone strikes it, they can hit and get the umbrella policy only. Depends on it. Only sometimes doesn't always work. But at least it's better than nothing because then they can actually hit you at the end of the day instead of hitting the umbrella policy. So it's to protect you.
I learned all this stuff, man. Everything. I learned all this stuff. If you got a particular type of dog in your home, guess what happens? Your insurance jumps. Because if you have pit bull, which is sad to say, because a dog I don't consider to be a vicious animal, but it has that reputation. You know, certain airlines won't even take pit bulls. You can't even fly to another country if you have a pit bull because they won't allow you to be able to transport it. They have a list of dogs that they will take. Because I had my ex work for American Airlines, and they have a list of dogs that they will allow you to be able to fly with. Some dogs you can't do that. Now, if you have property and you have a couple of big dogs in your property, your insurance is going to go up because you have to show a way that you can have those dogs in an area that they can't cause any harm to anybody, you know, anybody that's not they're familiar with. So at the time, I was thinking about getting a King Corsa, a few King Corsas, about 3 of them. And they were telling me that if you're going to have these dogs, and this is in a residential area, you're going to have these dogs behind a fence. And not only behind a fence, there has to be a concrete barrier that has to drop at least 6 feet under the gate so the dogs can't get out. You have to show that these animals cannot get out. So say if I'm having a barbecue, whatever, and there's kids jumping around and playing, these dogs might not take them as basically jumping around and playing. They may take them as potential targets, and they could attack and kill these kids. So you could be at risk for this. Pools, that's a serious risk. Even though your pool is well protected and you got a sign out there that says no trespassing, if little Bobby decides to climb over your gate and he falls and he dies in your pool, you're responsible for it. Look it up. You'll think I'm joking. Yep. And then pool covers, oh, that's the worst thing you could get. You better have to get a hard cover. You know what happens if you fall into a soft pool cover? That thing's going to wrap around your body and you're going to suffocate in that thing. You're just better off getting basically a hard cover or just not getting a pool at all, period. But yeah, your insurance goes up once you have a pool. Because it's a serious liability. That's why. It's liability towards you're going to have a pool party and neighbors' kids to come over, and yeah, it's a liability. Yep. So you just better get a hard cover. So all that stuff right there. You're supposed to know. I'm just telling you some stuff I did research down through time. But yeah, you can't use a residential apartment for processing chemicals, and you tied an LLC to it. So it shows that that place right there, you're running your business. You have it right there where people can mail you at, and people can basically contact you at right at that address, and it's linked to that apartment. And it's interesting about this, it has to be detached. Did you know that? So you can have living quarters, but if you're running commercial business, it has to be a detached garage. It can't be connected to the resident at all, period. It has to be detached. Is that interesting or what? I love this kind of stuff, man. I will read this stuff all day long. Right here. Can't believe me. Building detached the garage right there. You have to have that. So it can't be connected to the house, none of that. Period. I didn't even know that at all, period. I really didn't know that. I love reading through all this stuff. I read through all the out of town's laws. I love reading through law about law. All right, people. Well, man. I think I'm just sitting here waiting to kill time until my stuff gets here. That's what I'm doing. My rest of my stuff gets here, finished working. I got to get out of here. I got some things I got to do. Again, I got some other stuff I want to take care of. And I got people I got to reach out to. They're like, you changed your number again? Yeah. I had a stalker who's in love with me. He's just obsessed with me. He just can't get enough of me. He's in love with me. He constantly has to call my phone all the time. He has a crush on me. Okay. I'll get all this done. I'll call PayPal in a few minutes and get those documents, so I'll have that. So everything in order when I reach out to him. And Jamie, you know what he's going to do, Jamie? I'll tell you what he's going to do. He's going to apologize to me. He's going to say he's sorry. That's what he's going to do. It's not his fault. Well, unless he knows it's his fault. Here's my phone. Unless he knows it's his fault. But he's just going to apologize to me. Because that would be the normal thing to do. Because if he acts ignorant and he decides to fight this whatever, I'm going to take his building from him. So I got enough to do it. But I doubt he's going to do that. He's not going to do that at all. What he's going to do is he's going to apologize. That's what he's going to do. It's not his fault. And then the day, if he doesn't know, it's your fault. And he's going to take it out on you. That's what he's going to do. He's going to deny ever knowing it. That's what he's going to definitely do. I'm going to explain to him crystal clear that law enforcement are going to have to get access to that property because we had to file charges against you. And I'm going to show him the document on the processor. We already had somebody come out to the property for copyrights. Okay, well, that's basically about it. Gotta go. Let me see.